What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over week 3 of my path to profitability. This will be episode 4 of the series, titled Solid Start with a question mark. The reason why there's a question mark in there is because up until today, this week was going pretty well. I was very happy with how it was going. But today, not as good, so I'll get into that later on in the video. But this one's going to be a little bit different than the last few weeks. Instead of doing kind of a PowerPoint style presentation, I'm just going to take you guys through my Discord server where I post my daily updates, and I'll kind of walk you along those. And then I'll switch over to Quant Tower where I trade, and I'll show you my charts for the week, and you can kind of get an idea of how it went. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let me go ahead and there we go. Alright, so to start, this is it's my Discord server. This is what we're working with, Xavier's P&L. Every day I try to write just a few sentences about how my trading day went. If and when I remember, I upload a screenshot of my account performance tab for my trades for the day. As you can see, I don't do it every day. I forget sometimes. But regardless, let's go through it. For day 1, keep in mind, this was Monday, the start of the week, start of a new day, start of the new account using the new strategy. So felt very good going into it and really had a good start to the day. Felt super dialed in, and I was up $180 at the peak of the day, using just 1 to 3 micros per trade. So I felt pretty good about that considering it happened so quickly. However, later on, I started going on a losing streak, and I ended up losing all of that profit and an additional $260. So I was negative $260 by the end of that losing streak. Now, keep in mind, this new strategy has a heavy reliance on anchored VWAP. So after I saw my P&L drop so much, I was obviously wondering why, and I realized that I hadn't been moving my anchors. So my VWAPs were anchored super far away, and as time goes on, the flatter those lines get and the less of a reaction we get off of them, it seems. So well, no, actually sometimes you get more of a reaction, but regardless, they weren't working because they were so far away. And as soon as I realized that, I started moving my anchors, finding recent important price points to set them at, and after I did that, I was able to go on a win streak, make all my money back, and end of the day pretty much break even, $4.77 profit. So solid start, shitty middle part of the day, and the end of the day was really great. So overall, felt very good about that. That was Monday. Going into Tuesday, I don't know if it was Monday night or Tuesday morning, but whenever I opened Quant Tower, my sim account was reset. So I ended up restarting with a balance of $50,000. I wasn't too upset about it because I was only up $4.77. So I just rolled with it. We were all good. In my opinion, I did a super great job of managing my risk. I moved stops up after hitting profit targets, didn't ever move my stop further away, and I used multiple time frame charts to determine bias and entries and for managing my trades. And in my opinion, it helped me kind of avoid tunnel vision. I get it real bad whenever I'm on a small time frame chart. Let's say I got the 30-second chart or a 1-minute chart up. I'll be looking at fucking zoomed into it, and I won't see anything else. So this was nice to have, like, for example, on Tuesday I used a 15 to 30-minute chart, and I just kind of look at it every once in a while and realize that, hey, we're in an uptrend, or hey, we're in a downtrend, instead of being so focused on just my 1-minute and 30-second charts. So felt really good about it. Actually had a super great day. Ended up $334.91. Here's the chart for the day. Just a little screenshot of it. As you can see, started the day off with a win, lost a couple, won again. You'll notice that some of these jumps up are a lot smaller than the drops down. That's because the only time I lose is whenever I hit my stop loss. As soon as I hit my first profit target, I move my stop loss up to break even. After I hit profit target number 1 for a trade, I can't lose anymore. So the only times my P&L goes down is whenever it doesn't hit my profit target. It just goes straight to my stop. So those are pretty big in comparison. And obviously sometimes it'll hit profit target 1 or 2 and then stop me out. Sometimes, like you can see with these larger jumps, it hit 1, 2, and 3. You know, that's what did we start at? Like $375 all the way to $525. You know, huge jump in price. But obviously that doesn't happen all the time because it's not always going to hit all of my profit targets. But I just figured I'd explain that because it does look a little weird sometimes. But overall, had a great day. Peaked at about $525 profit. And after taking 2 back-to-back losses, it was towards the end of the day anyway, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, we're done. So closed my computer there. But Tuesday, fantastic day. Felt really good about myself, and yeah, I was just super happy. Wednesday, on the other hand, Wednesday was not as good at all. I realized that my Quant Tower performance page was miscounting trades. You might notice that I haven't talked at all about win rate or trade count. That's because, like, looking back, especially on this day, I was like, there's no way I took 70 fucking trades. There's no way I took that many. I might have taken quite a few, but no way 70. So I went through and kind of like looked at my trades, and I was like, yeah, no, there's no chance I took 70. I didn't get like an accurate count, but I just looked back and I was like, no, there's no way. So I realized that the Quant Tower performance page has been miscounting trades. So win rate and trade count are just messed up. Not going to talk about them unless I manually count them, which is something I want to do moving forward. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I didn't, so not going to talk about it. Anyway, though, one of the reasons why Wednesday didn't go as well as the previous days is because I was going for larger targets. As you can see, making huge jumps in profit when I win. The only problem is going for these larger targets, I'm less likely to win. So I had multiple losses in a row before winning one, and towards the end of the day, tried to win it back. Went from nearly break even all the way down to negative 273. So wasn't the greatest day, but I learned my lessons. Not going to go for too large of targets anymore. Going to keep things reasonable. But yeah, I mean, pretty much just canceled out Tuesday. Going into Thursday, I wanted to keep track of my trades and kind of count my win rate and all of that manually, but I forgot to, so I didn't. Anyway, though, I looked back later on and I was like, oh, I took about 30 trades, won about 66% of them, and I ended the day up $85.41. So not a super bad day. In my opinion, it had the potential to be one of my best days, but for whatever reason, almost every other trade I took ended up coming between 1 and 8 ticks of my TP before turning around. So a lot of these losses wouldn't have happened at all, and a lot of the wins would have been bigger than what they were. So unfortunate to see, but it happens. Next time I just need to be a little bit more reactive and maybe close trades whenever I see them bouncing off of my my profit targets without actually touching them. So things to think about, but overall, $85 day, and I didn't get upset by the fact I was almost winning so much. Made me pretty happy. So called day 4 a win. Coming into day 5, however, oh, by the way, went back and counted 30 trades, right? This is what Quant Tower says I took. 109. So obviously these numbers are not correct. There's no fucking way I took 109 trades. And I went back and I counted 30, so it's just wrong. It's wrong. We're going to keep manual count from here on out. And here's today. Like I said, I had a pretty bad end to the week. I lost count of my trades a couple times, and instead of just saying I'll look back at my charts at the end of the day, I wanted to get it done in the middle. So I kept pulling up a tick chart to recount my trades and wasn't really paying attention to my main chart. You know, it was a mess. My head was all over the place, wasn't really paying attention, took some very unnecessary losses. Personally, I don't think I broke any rules today. I was just a little less strict with my trades, wasn't paying as much attention, and, you know, kind of got smacked because of it. So, going into it, let me see. Here's today's chart because I didn't have it posted in the Discord. Started off really well, and then I lost track of my trades, like here. And so I was looking at my other charts, and for some reason still trying to trade while I'm not paying attention. Loss after loss after loss. And it was kind of just, it was pretty bad. from here to here, price was starting to turn around, so I was still looking for longs even though we were dropping, and it just didn't work out very well. Ended up losing, let me see, $652. Oh my god. So, wasn't a good day at all. I hadn't even looked at the number. I knew it was like 600 something, but 652. Ouch. So it wasn't the greatest day, but you know, it is what it is. As you can see, my charts were super messy. I think this might have had something to do with me not trading as well. You know, I was doing all right up until this point, and I was like, okay, we're gonna continue going towards the highs, and this is where a lot of the losses happened. Zoom in a little bit. Right on this downtrend right here. I was like, right here I took a long, right here I took a long, right here I took a long, right here I took a long. Every time price even hesitated a little bit, I was like, oh, this is where we're going to retrace. We're going to bounce. Because we had kind of been bouncing along these levels earlier in the day, and I was like, oh, it's going to happen again. It didn't. It did, and it was just bam, 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 which kind of sucked, and I just stopped trading at 9. So things to think about moving forward. My chart looks so messy just because as the day goes on, I draw more and more lines, and I'm not super good at deleting the ones that I've already drawn in order to clean up my chart. So just something I got to work on. But as you can see, anchored VWAP, this one is anchored to the beginning of the session. And as you can see, a couple times we bounced right off of it. You know, price comes right down there. It's a good opportunity to buy. We're in an uptrend, you know, and you can just take it to the moon. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I still feel very confident in the system, so I'm not at all worried about how this week went. I do have a couple things I'd like to change for next week. I think I'm going to end my trading day at 9:30 instead of 10 my time, which would be like 11:30 instead of noon Eastern. And just because historically I haven't been doing good the last hour to 30 minutes of the day, so just not going to trade then. I might change my contract sizing. I don't know. I would like to, like in a perfect world, I use micros all the time, but I kind of want to use minis. I don't know. Because I also chart through TradingView, and I have the E-mini chart up over there, and sometimes there's little discrepancies between the mini and the micro chart. I don't know. Things to think about. Not making any definitive changes at the end of this week other than shortening my trading session down 30 minutes. But overall, that's how it went. Let me pull up one more time. Boom, boom. Go last 7 days. So this is how the week went. I started off pretty good. Climbing in price, lost, climbed up a little bit again, and then today was just straight in the hole. So looking forward to building it all back up next week. I think I can. I know I will. So yeah, really appreciate you guys for tuning into the video. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, either for like me, for my strategy, for the channel, anything, go ahead and let me know. But anyway, thank you again for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week.